Alright, so backstory. One day, I find myself mindlessly killing mobs in my hardcore world and wait for a phantom trap. I then got the idea, is it actually possible to beat this game without ever killing something? Using the statistics, of course. I wanted answers, so I went back and created a new world, and boy, did I not know what I was going to throw myself into. Upon creating the world, I spawned into a savanna biome, and to my surprise, right in front of me, there's a village. I could get tools, food, and other types of items. It was perfect. Then, at the corner of my eye, I spotted another village. 2 villages this close by. This was amazing. Turning just slightly to the right, I see a 3rd village. I ran up to the first village and started punching a tree to get wood. Made myself some stone tools and started harvesting the wheat nearby. I crafted myself some bread from the wheat I gathered and set out to the 2nd village. On the way, I stumbled across a ravine and got myself some iron as well. Coming up to the 2nd village, there were no blacksmith in this village either, so I headed straight over to the 3rd and found a temple on the way, looting it and finding some sweet loot inside. Third village, and still no blacksmith, so I gave up, and I went to the closest lava pool to build a portal. Having watched a bunch of speedruns, I of course nailed building the portal no problem. Anyways, still got the portal built and made myself some armor and headed in. I spawned in the nether. What the f? What is this scene, honestly? Couldn't believe my eyes. Coming face to face with a blaze, it dawned on me. How was I supposed to get a blaze rod? I had no way of killing them, so the only logical way I could think of was using beds. I tried my luck with a wither skeleton, and well, that's probably one of the most inefficient ways of killing things in this game. Anyways, headed back and spotted a bastion right next to the fortress, and set my course accordingly. When I got close, I saw my biggest threat yet to this challenge. Brutes. I decided I needed lava to be able to kill them, and the closest one was down under the bridge. I had to make a move. Clutching my way down, I came face to face with the beast, and fell right into the lava. If you thought this was a deathless run, oh boy, you are wrong. I swiftly got back and went to retrieve my items when a skeleton got down to half a heart. So I quickly boxed myself up and ate up. It was time to head in. I pillared up and mined up the gold blocks before entering the main chamber. I knew I had to get down to the mill, so I jumped down. Only problem being, so did the brutes. A magma slime spawned, and I started to panic, and just managed to escape. I lured one of the brutes onto a block above lava and mined it. Now the loot was mine. God tier loot inside these chests. This gave me my hope back. I mined out the gold and began partnering with the piglins in hopes for ender pearls, and in the end, granting me a total of 20. One foe left to face, the blaze I tried a tactic where I let the spawner spawn a bunch, and I tried killing them with a bed. That was a total disaster, and I had to rethink. In a creative testing world, I tried a tactic using snowballs and golems, where I, as the player, damages the blaze first, dropping the rod as a result. I had my solution. I set out on a journey, gathering both pumpkins and a search for snow. I found an outpost, freed the iron golem. After a while, I finally found a mountain biome with snow. I set up a snow farm and base of operations. It was time to test it out. I damaged the blazes myself a bit with snowballs and spawned a golem. Son of a... This was a way worse strategy than I anticipated, but it was the only one I had. I even tried disabling a spawner and forcing them down a hole. You think that worked? Of course it didn't. How is this so hard to do? I resorted back to handling them one by one, and after about 4 hours of trial and error, I finally got my last rod and lost my final bit of sanity on the way. I left with a total of 6 rods and found my portal back home. It was time. After a total of 5 hours of work, I finally was able to meet the Eyes of Ender. I geared up and headed straight to the stronghold. After around 300 blocks traveled, the eye went down, and I dug into the ground, falling right into the staircase. It was so close. There it was, the portal. Finally, I could enter it and be done with the challenge. Oh my god. I died to a silverfish. A literal silverfish. How am I this bad? I geared up a second time. Luckily, I left a bunch of stuff in the chest, and when I got back, to my absolute surprise, the eyes survived. I would probably have given up on this challenge if they weren't there. I quickly placed in all the eyes to make sure I didn't die again. Then I needed to go up and get some more wool and wood for the beds. It was time. Finally, I had everything I needed. I jumped in the portal and came face to face with a dragon. I set up obsidian to be able to one-cycle the dragon. Now, I just needed to wait for a perch. And of course, I missed the first one. So instead, I went around trying to destroy the crystals. And by spending literal minutes trying to destroy this tower, I missed the second perch as well. Finally, I caught the third perch. I rushed into the middle for the one cycle. And like Curry says, enjoy this one cycle. Yup. I think a grand total of 1 bed hurt the dragon there. Now, I'm also all out of beds, so I had to go back to the overworld and make myself some more. Going in for the 4th time and getting my gear. I see the dragon already spurging. I have to move quickly now. Once again, I pearl to the middle and try for a one cycle. I did it! Finally! I beat Minecraft without killing a single mob, including the dragon. I didn't even know this was possible when I started this challenge. Wow. I want to thank everyone for watching this video, and I want to recommend no one to do this challenge. It drove my sanity down to a level that shouldn't be human. Please. Don't do this.